If the Stars Should Appear, Orville episode 4 starts out picking up at the last episode 3 about a girl, and Bortus and Clyde and her having an argument, which felt kind of weird because I was hoping it wouldn't keep focusing on two dudes having a relationship. Star Trek Discovery can do that enough. Who is more gay? Okay, Discovery wins that one. But anyway, yeah, it starts off like that a little bit. And then it shows everybody doing regular things like, oh my God, mapping stars is the most boring shit in the universe. But then they come across a giant ship. It's a huge ship. And they're going to investigate it. So they go to do that, just like Star Trek would, the next generation. And they can't tell any life signs from outside, so they find a docking port and pull up and go inside the ship, basically. Now, I thought at the time that this was the best episode of the Orville so far. This is not the fourth week right now. It's like they've done the 10th episode, Firestorm, but I'm reviewing this one late because I started with episode 5. So when this came out, I was like, wow, that was fantastic. They found a ship, a giant ship, and it's a planet inside. Basically, it was a big generational ship that had lost power due to an ion storm, and that life just proceeded inside like a world. It's as big as New York City, they say. And the people inside, they're going to find them here in a minute. The people inside have no idea they're on a ship, or at least most of them, like the general population. And that idea I had never seen before in Star Trek. I had seen generational ships, but not ships that didn't know that they were on a ship. A world on a ship that didn't know it. That was unique to me. And I thought it was an awesome idea. When this came out and this developed this episode, I was totally in love with the show at this point. The jokes have dropped off. Not so many dick and fart jokes. Yes, there are some, but they're less than they were in the first and second episodes. The third episode was like, wow, they changed that little girl into a little boy. And I didn't think it was right at first, but my wife got me to say, yeah, that is right. And that was so dramatic. It was refreshing to have an episode without that much drama. There was drama in this one, but not as dramatic. So I was looking for a few more jokes. And they're in there. It's surprising how good McFarlane can sprinkle jokes. He's getting used to making them with the situation, I think, and not just inserting them whenever he can. This one had a few weird things, like in the elevator, that was obviously an inserted joke, and a couple of other times. Now, this is pretty dramatic what happens. These guys fire on Alara, and they hit her, and she basically could be dying. And she does. If she was a regular person, she would have died. But since she's like super strong, she makes it. And they take Kelly and they kidnap her because they were like, who are you? Why are you wearing clothes like that? And they wouldn't answer their questions. And Alara was about to attack them, and they shot her. And meanwhile, Ed and Kelly go take this boy, and he's going to tell them, yeah, we've had some suspicions that there's an underground movement that doesn't believe all the religion they're teaching us, that this is the only world there is, and that all we can see is the stars, the sun, and the trees, and that's all there is, that there's more than that. And so they go talk to that underground group. Meanwhile, the Orville has to go help a ship in distress from the Krill, and Bortus is in command, and he's like, yes, let's go help them. And so they take off to do that, and they leave a buoy behind. Right here, they're shooting the buoy out, and it's there like instead of the ship, which I had never noticed that exact incident before, leaving a buoy behind. I thought that was pretty unique. So they're in there talking to the underground movement, and they're saying, well, what do you think's going on? And I think Kelly's going to call him on her, whatever it is, to transceiver or something, yeah, saying, are you okay, Kelly? Kelly, Alara. No, I'm not okay. I've been shot. Here's my coordinates, and they got to go find her. And they're going to have to deal with this other stuff later. So they get up to go find Alara and to make sure she's all right. And Kelly, who they took in that Jeep, is going to be interrogated here. And this guy is in charge. He's the religious dude in charge. And he's like preaching all this stuff like, yes, the great whatever, and whatever he's saying, all his lies. But who knows? I don't know. But they take her back there and they beat her up pretty hard. This guy right here, he slaps her around and tells her, why are you dressed like that? What are your friends at? Where's your people? and stuff like that. And she's like, I don't know. The last time I saw them, they were banging your mom and stuff like that. That was a pretty funny joke. They find Alara, and the doctor uses this really cool, right there, really cool technology, special effects. It pulls the bullets out, like sucks them out like a magnet. I never seen that before in The Next Generation. I thought that was really cool when I saw that a few weeks ago. I'm about a month late reviewing this. So the kid's like, wow, it's awesome. He doesn't know, he's never seen nothing like that. So they save Alara, pull the bullets out of her. She uses another ray to like clean up the wound, and she's going to get up and be all right. She's one tough cookie. And I really was impressed with that special effect. I just love that. So they're going to get up and go back to business, saving the galaxy. So Isaac goes over there to contact the ship and tell them what's going on, and he notices it's gone, and they left a little buoy behind. He tells the captain, the Orville's gone, it's not here. So yeah, and so meanwhile the Orville goes and starts shooting on that krill ship, and trying to that krill ship is shooting at a defenseless colony, and they're going to be successful here in a second. This is where Lamar, right when he shoots him, he's doing the navigation. He's like, boom, bitch, yeah. And you never see nothing like that in The Next Generation. That's like over the top excitement. That was really funny. My wife laughed for 3 minutes when she saw that. And Bortus is like, okay, calm down, Commander, and relax. You know how he is, like Worf would do. Kelly here is being beat up and slapped around a lot. She's real obstinate to this jerk off, and he mercilessly slaps her, hits her, and he injects her with something here in a second because she keeps telling him stuff that he doesn't want to hear, like your mama and that kind of thing. Oh yeah, and Ed is going to find her. They go up to this thing, and he's like, Ralph, I haven't seen you in a long time. Oh my God, it's been so many years since college. And he grabs him and shoots him, and he's acting like he's hugging him. I thought that was hilarious. And then he drags him inside. But he was acting like it was his buddy, making a big scene. I love the way they barged in and took control right here. It was awesome. So anyway, yeah. So that's what he did. They barge in here. This is awesome. Ed and all them, they barge in the room right there, shooting and yelling, and they just like take control real fast and shoot that jerk off and get Kelly, and she's safe, but she needs an antidote. And Alara grabs that guy and sticks him up in the air, like Data's super strong like that, or like Spock and like that. She's like real strong, right? That was cool how they busted in there and saved Kelly. They injected her with the antidote, and she's going to be all right. This episode moves along real fast. I was like totally flabbergasted by the ship, a ship that was a planet, and the people that lived there did not know they were on a ship. Ed's showing him, look, this is our ship and this is your ship. It looks like a big giant turtle, right? And by the way, you have a stupid name. There was a bunch of jokes in here. They were pretty funny. Some of them fall flat, but he's hammering it out. It's a really good show. I was so disappointed in Discovery. The first 2 episodes had come out, and then this show came out. It's like Orville came out, Discovery came out, then Orville came out. So we'd already had 3 or 4 episodes of the Orville, and only 2 episodes of Discovery had dropped. And Discovery was so disappointing, and the Orville was not disappointing. Every episode of the Orville got better and better. Look at Isaac's fingers. That was awesome. Another awesome special effect I'd never seen before. These little fibers come out of his finger, like optic fibers, and they interact with the computer. That was cool. I mean, Data's done the same thing, but they never showed it like that. I just thought that was awesome. And he opens the door, communicates with the computer, and they get in the central command of the ship, which is the central command of the whole planet ship. And they're looking through the window, and the guy's like, oh, wow, this is what we always suspected, but I never knew it was something like this. And there was rumors and this kind of thing. So they basically solved their problem. They look at everything and say, we can fix this in 24 hours. And Liam Neeson's the founder there 300 years ago, actually 2,000 years ago. And he was saying, we hit an ion storm, and the ship is incapacitated, so we know we'll be all right for several hundred years. So we just have to hope for the best, basically. And right there, they proved that their whole fake religion is wrong. And it's not necessarily a fake religion. They're just doing the best they can. but it's a good resolution to the problem. So basically, the underground movement's going to take charge, I would imagine. Oh yeah, and they opened the sky dome to the whole planet. That's why it's called If the Stars Should Appear, and they're appearing right there. And everybody inside the planet on the planet is looking at it, being like, "Wow, it's awesome." You know, they don't know what's going on. They're going to find out. And I just thought this was a super excellent episode. I literally thought this was the best episode at that point in the season. I'm glad they're not focusing on Clyden and Bortus's relationship. You get enough gay stuff in Star Trek Discovery, right? But, you know, with all the galaxies and planets out there, I'm sure that there's races that are like that. Who knows? I'm going to let them get away with it. I'm on board. So this was a 9.5 out of 10.
Wait, before you click away, do me a favor. Subscribe to this channel. It means a lot to me. Well, not really, but it means a lot to someone, I'm sure. Also, if you like what you just watched, you can see even more content on the Fox Now app. Don't say I ever gave you nothing.